trying to stream. Black Horseman here. I'm not gonna be long with this one. Um, a whole lot of BS kind of taking place in the sport, so I ain't really been motivated or inspired to really do no topics or do no content lately. But I did come across a video that I want to share with y'all today. I want to give this channel credit, give him some promo because he flamed the entire shit out of the sport of boxing and the supporters of these cheaters, specifically Conor Ben. But I'm gonna share the video with y'all. Before I do, I have to. Where's my manners? Let me go to these banners and give my props to the ones that are catching the playback. Shout out to the playback gang. And let's get right to this. All right, man. This channel name is King Ols, OLS. This guy's out of the UK. Sound like it. Let's get into this video, man. Um, as you see here, his topic is drug cheats get cheered. Boxing fans have no standards. That's his topic. Hold on, let me check something first before I start this video. Let me make sure. Check on the other end, everything is straight. Okay, we should be good. Yeah, we're gonna talk about a few other things too. Hey Charles, I see you, dog. I ain't got the chat pulled up, but I'm pulling on my cell phone to see, just in case somebody pull up. But yeah, let's get into this, man. Shout out to Charles D.
Boxing fans are a massive problem. Supporting drug cheats, supporting dehydration is absolutely shocking stuff. Why this fight was supported by people to happen a second time, I don't know. I have rights to say it because I knew.
Once again, we're talking about the Conor Ben Chris Eubanks fight that just took place. It was the rematch. The vindication for Conor Ben. He lost the first fight, ends up winning the rematch. But King Oles, the YouTube channel, this is his take on that fight.
That the rehydration clause would be a huge problem for Eubank Jr. And I knew that Conor Ben would win because of that. Eubank Jr. lost the fight because he had no energy, because the first fight took a lot out of him. The state of him after that because of dehydration is shocking. And the fact that you've got people supporting drug cheats or they're just not holding them to the same standards as others. You've got people cheering, supporting Conor Ben winning there. The arena the stadium, should I say, screaming. Drug cheats allowed to fight in stadiums. Shocking stuff. The thing is, as well, you've got people who don't like Conor Ben because he's failed the drug test. You've got people though who love Tyson Fury even though he failed drug tests. Hold them to the same standard. You've got people who hate Conor Ben, but love Ryan Garcia, even though he failed the drug test. You got people who love Conor Ben, but hate Ryan Garcia because he failed one. Like, hold them to the same standards. They are all scumbags for doing this. They're a
I didn't want to stop him, but you could definitely see the passion that he got. And this is the first video I seen of this dude. I immediately subscribed because I'm like, you know what, man, he genuinely got a passion for this. You could tell by his body language. You could tell the way he expressing himself, and that he's not, you know, um, being biased in the sense that leaving out certain cheats. He's going down the list. He's naming all of these cheaters that he's not just singling out, Conor Ben, but he's showing the hypocrisy. Some people will be, say, he was talking about fans of Conor Ben or hate Ryan Garcia because of his situation and cheating versus Devin Haney, or the vice versa. Ryan's fans hating on Conor Ben or hating on maybe Canelo or hating on whoever else, But still supporting a cheater, and you definitely see his passion, and making some valid points.
Cleared. Everyone's getting cleared these days. There's too much money involved, and the boxing fans are a massive problem because they support this stuff. Too many boxing fans support this, and the fact that people were there saying Eubank Jr. is going to win, dehydration is not going to bother him a second time. Of course it would have, and it did. It was obvious, and I knew it would happen. So yeah, that's the reason why Eubank lost. That needs to be mentioned more. Yes, it was a great performance by Conor Benn. He did great against Eubank Jr., who's 36 and was badly dehydrated. He did what he had to do, cleaned him out, dropped him twice. Fair play, well done. Doesn't change the fact that he shouldn't be allowed in a boxing ring. No drug sheet should be allowed to fight. The fact that these guys... drug sheets, you've got guys like Canelo as well, Jarrell Miller. Why are they allowed to fight? They failed a bloody drug test and no one's keeping to the same standards. You got people like Eddie Hearn first time around trying to hide all of this. Why? And boxing fans are just happy just to get on with it. No, there needs to be protests. These guys shouldn't be allowed to fight. Too much money involved as well, and fans support them. It's a joke. The amount of support Conor Benn had, joke. Honestly, I just don't understand why. I don't understand why. The fact that drugs...
Earlier he was talking about the rehydration. That's a huge issue too. And I remember Eubank Senior, um, Zesty ass. He was talking about how the long term effects on and the dangers of getting in a boxing ring when you've already depleted yourself of so much energy and weight. And Chris Eubanks definitely looked drained. And I didn't see the whole fight because I didn't care for it. Wasn't like they was fighting for a world title. Um, but he looked terrible. When I seen him get rocked in the 12th, it just seemed like he had no energy to recover. It seemed like his legs were just like, "Yep, time to go." It's time to pack up and leave. And left Chris Eubanks in there by himself to try to just fight off Conor Benn with no legs. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff we've seen that people put these dehydration clauses, demands to get for someone else to get advantage. It's like, why for Conor Benn? This is somebody who's already cut corners, taking shortcuts to get to the level that he's at. He's cheated his way up. So why would you give him an advantage? All for what? It's not like he got a belt, um, and all for this family rivalry type crap. And shout out to Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz and more. Big salute to you, homie. LaRon too. I see you, homie. Shout out to LaRon in here. But yeah, I mean that's a big issue. It's a health issue. So to add to that, you got dudes doing performance enhancing drugs, and then they're out putting in these contracts, and sucks that a lot of these dudes is agreeing to it, signing these contracts, but they getting in a boxing ring and probably at 50-60%, if that, because they so damn drained. Um, man, I've been seeing a lot of dudes be out here look like Skeletor. What you call it? Erickson Lubin, guy who got his ass whooped versus Virgil Ortiz recently. Virgil looked kind of drained too. I was like, God damn. They right before weigh in and shit, they be looking, and I know that wasn't no weight clause or nothing like that, rehydration clause or nothing, but it's already dangerous, dudes that's just trying to make these weights, and then these dudes trying to do these little catch weights and rehydration clauses or whatever. And it's like, come on, man. They are really putting these guys in danger, when they get in that boxing ring over a check.
are allowed to headline in stadiums. Why are they fighting when you're putting, many men's health at severe risk? People have died in the boxing ring. People have had some serious brain bleeds in boxing rings. And people who are clearly going in there with bad intentions, people like Conor Benn. It's not even just Conor Benn though. I'm ranting about it because he got a moment like that and it shouldn't be allowed to happen. And boxing fans have just allowed it. And, people need to speak up on it because it's just happening too much now. It's happening too much. These guys who want to take people's lives in there, go in there with extremely bad intentions, are getting moments like this, are getting paid millions of pounds like what Conor Benn's just been paid there, fighting in stadiums, headlining in stadiums. It's a massive problem, and boxing fans have a huge problem with this, and are just too. There's just too many culprits out there who just support this and are just happy to go along with it. No one says anything. No one in the media says anything. And the fact is, well, a guy. The the fact is, okay, there was a rehydration clause first time around before when the original fight got called off. After then, a rehydration clause shouldn't be allowed. Everything should have been on Eubank's terms. Everything should have been going into that first fight.
That's true. Like, why would it be? Why would Conor Ben be the A side twice? Be able to dictate the terms, put a rehydration clause. It's like you lost. You lost the first fight, but that's dumb, man. Eubanks, he signed a contract. I remember he was even willing to still fight Conor Ben after he got the news that he failed, that Conor Ben failed the drug test. I was like, you idiot. Why would you still want to fight this man? And I kept the same energy with all athletes that were still willing to get in the ring. And I guess, a lot of them probably broke, or, some of these fighters is desperate. They have to get a check or whatever, and they may not get another opportunity, or they feel that way at least. But I've seen guys walk away from situations where the opponent had an unfair advantage. Like, say, shout out to Edwin De Los Santos when he walked away from Keyshawn Davis matchup, man. Just like, nah, bro. I'm not gonna give you all of these advantages, you know what I mean, just for you to get the victory. Because if I lose, that's more harmful than me actually walking away from this fight and then just, you know, positioning myself up for the next opportunity. But to go in there, get brutally, damaged, possibly, and then get an L, it's just like, man, what did I go? I walk away with this last little check, and I might not be able to get another opportunity to prove myself. Yuli X, what's up, homie? And Rasclot, shout out to Rasclot. So this dude definitely caught my radar. Cause you don't see a lot of people speaking out about this. I've been speaking about this stuff for years. Trav FDY be speaking about, these unfair advantages and how really just, I was thinking about this the other day too. Like, if you think about some of the biggest, most popular people in the sport are drug cheats. It seems like they want to push a lot of the promotion behind a lot of these individuals that have cheated in the past, and they get they get to fill up these stadiums like King Oles was saying, and people cheering and that, and applauding them, like, like there's just some great, you know um figures in the sport, when really they're just, a lot of them are pieces of shit, and they're really trying to do unnecessary harm. It's already a dangerous sport, but a lot of these dudes juicing up. They're trying to make these guys deplete themselves so that they can get the victory. And then I even seen, like, I didn't watch like I say, the whole fight, but I saw the post fight interview of Conor Ben. Like, bro, he beat you the first time, you win the second time. You just talking about it ends now. Man, shut your bitch ass up. How you gonna you win the rematch and now you want to walk away? You won't even give this man an opportunity that he gave you. You lost. He gave you another opportunity to try to redeem yourself. You redeemed yourself. You got the vindication. Cool. Why you won't give him another opportunity? A trilogy, like a lot of the greats, you know. And that's why another thing why I don't like, people keep hyping these underachievers. This dude ain't never won shit on a top level. Never won a world title, you know. But you out here acting like, what I mean, you just making all these demands, and you the wild, man. Wild. But Chris Eubanks decided, he made that decision to entertain this bout, allow this man to be a side and dictate these terms, and now he gonna walk away, and out here calling out Ryan, another drug cheat, and that's a good fight. Two former drug cheats fighting. I would prefer that than him talking about wanting to fight all the rest of the top guys at 47. Um, you know, whoever it is, whether it be Brian Norman or the winner of Brian Norman, Devin Haney or whatnot. I wouldn't even entertain him. You know what I'm saying? Let him fight Ryan Garcia, or another drug cheat that's in the sport. But shout out to this guy, man, bringing awareness to it, man, because a lot of these people, boxing fans, is sleep or just don't care. They out here blindly supporting these cheaters, man. And where I come from, man, that ain't never been respected, man. It's about hard work. And I guess why, with this AI shit, a lot of y'all is artificial, man. So y'all support a lot of artificial shit going on. If it ain't real, it ain't authentic, it's artificial. You know, it's fake. It's not the real thing. So that's why I can't support this shit. I'd rather somebody who getting it from the mud, hard work. You know what I mean? Not no extra, external stuff that's gonna enhance you temporarily and damage your health long term.
We're going to the rematch. I don't understand why Eubank, as the A side, is letting that happen, though. Like, accepting the terms again. Unless, surely, there was a 2-fight deal which agreed a rehydration clause both times. I can't think otherwise. Surely that was the case. But this is happening too much now with drug cheats getting away with it. Drug cheats, apparently getting clear. There's too much money involved. Dillian White as well. There's too many of these guys to name who should be banned, shouldn't be allowed to fight again. The amount Dillian White's failed as well. Jesus Christ. He shouldn't be boxing. I mean, no one who fails test should, because they are cheating. They're going against the rules of the sport, and they are trying to harm other men's lives in the most dangerous sport in the world. That is what's happening here. The amount of deaths there's been in boxing, and PED cheats are allowed to fight, and people support them. People cheering, yeah. The fact that Conor Benn won the fight again.
Hey, dog, speaking facts, bro. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, people scream to the top of their lungs, man. That motherfucker probably got all kind of Viper Mamba steroids running through his motherfucking veins. Y'all here screaming and shit. That's why I don't never root for the motherfucking cheaters, man. Ever. You know. I was like, man, I hope Canelo get his motherfucking ass whooped. I was so glad Bud won the fucking fight. I'm like, man, I don't want, you know what I mean? And that's, for years, the face of boxing was somebody who had that in his part of his reputation as a drug cheat and was able to get levels raised so that he can continue to have a certain percentage in his bloodstream. But that's just what been taking place. So shout out to this guy that is exposing it and bringing awareness to it, man. I thought I was just a few of us in America, but we see some people across the pond that actually give a damn.
Against Eubank Jr., who's been tested God knows how many times, loads of times, never popped once. And people are booing him. Conor Benn had more bloody fans there. How? What are people doing? What are going through these people's minds? Honestly, what goes through it? Conor Benn going into that.
Hey, man, shout out to Mind's Eye. What's up, Mind's Eye? Conor's still a cheater. Canelo, too. Ryan had all the screaming fans after he cheated. Yeah, man. Hey, shout out to LeBron. Hey, even after it came out that he cheated, bro, people were still out here celebrating, man. Putting up videos. I seen y'all too. I remember y'all, man. I watched all of y'all people that did that, man. After the news, I'm not talking about before the news came out that Ryan cheated. I'm talking about after the fact. I was like, oh, okay. But I love it when people show you who they really are. You just gotta believe it. Once they show you who they are, they're like, oh, okay, yeah, yep. Now we know. You know. Yeah, but that's crazy, man. People be screaming to the top of their lungs. Knowing Conor Benn is a cheating, that motherfucker, and that's the terrible thing about it. I've said this before, man. All these damn drug cheats, they blaming all of this stuff on these, delicious meals and shit. To where now motherfuckers is worried about eating burgers and eggs and drinking regular herbal tea and shit because they want to blame these steroids. Oh man, I was eating eggs, man. It was in the eggs. I had some scrambled eggs with some cheese. Make sure y'all test the cheese too. I think it was the cheese. It was them cows, man. It was the cows and the grill that they grilled that shit on, man. It wasn't me. I don't do that. I would have never did it. So this is disgusting work, man. But saying shit like this, um, yeah, motherfuckers think that this shit is a hate.
That first fight, when it got cancelled, failed a drug test while he was going in to fight a dehydrated man. That alone says everything you need to know about Conor Benn. That alone.
Damn, I didn't think about that. That's crazy. The dude was already dehydrated, and you was in there juice, bro. You was trying to murder Chris Eubanks, bro. Man, just imagine if they didn't catch Counter Ben. Shout out to Vada. What if Vada did not catch Counter Ben in the first fight? Before the fight, like what if Conor Ben would have went in there fully roided with what did he had, clomiphene? Yeah, clomiphene or some shit, whatever he had, with the other miscellaneous, residue he probably had from others. But yeah, man, clomiphene out. He probably could have murked Chris Eubanks in there, man. That's wild, man. That is wild. And if I'm not mistaken, they say Nigel Ben juice too. So they say the apple don't fall too far from the tree, man. But they got some juiced up fruit and apples and shit, man. Whatever they eating, it ain't the food. It's y'all, man. These are black market PEDs and stuff. Is just y'all getting access to it, man. Y'all, Gerald Miller, you know, shit, whatever, and whatever little connect Canelo got, and all of them, Jaime McGear and them. You know what I'm saying? Tijuana Promotions.
says everything you need to know. And it is a massive problem in boxing right now. A massive problem in boxing. No one in the media talks about it. No journalist talks about it. I mean, they're probably not allowed to. But the fact is, you've got people saying as well, after everything that Conor Benn has been through, he's won. He failed a drug test. He failed a
Wow, y'all see how the media can do though? I like the fact that he bringing up these details, man, because they be creating these stories, these emotional scripts of like there's so much that he has gone through the sport, the blood, sweat, and tears, the oppression, the discrimination for the boxing fans, people that attacked him. All of this other shit that they do, they will create these narratives and these dummies, you know, these bots or whatever, go along with it. These little, I don't know what, like I said, and the fans he's talking about, I don't understand them neither. I'm like, damn, y'all motherfuckers don't have no conscience. Maybe that's why they ask these questions about y'all, about if you real humans or you a bot or something. Because some of y'all not is questionable, suspect. Because the shit that y'all, it's easy to program y'all. Seem like, you know, and there's no questioning in you at all. You don't question nothing. You don't have s- a micro cell in you to challenge what it is that's being presented to you, or for you to look a layer deeper into what it is that you analyzing. Like, okay, yeah, he won, but what were the circumstances? What weight class of this was this? Did he have drug tests? A lot of y'all don't even give a shit about that. Don't even check the body website, because that's part of boxing too, drug testing. And so it's just crazy, man. You know, Absolutely insane that these people, man, be out here, and these people be paying money. They be filling up the arenas, and they be making these drug cheat celebrities, man. You know, like they are literally out here celebrating Conor Ben like this man was undisputed or something. And that is the what is so wrong with the sport. Y'all give more promo to the little champ shit, to the shit that is meaningless, pointless. You know that fight between Conor Ben and Eubanks did what for boxing? What did they do? What belts was on the line? What did they go 12 rounds for? What belt was on the line? I don't. Maybe Mauricio put some random shit up, but it's just gotta be kidding me. We got 7 live viewers. Y'all hit the like button for me, man.
drug test. That's what he's been through. Failed the drug test and paid them off. So ridiculously obvious to say. Honestly, every time he was asked about it in the lead up to that first fight by Eubank Jr., Conor Benn had nothing to say, went into silence because he's obviously guilty. Shocking stuff. Honestly. I don't know why he's allowed to fight. I don't know why all these drug teachers are allowed to fight. Fury, Canelo.
I got a response to that right there. Why are all these drug cheats allowed to still fight. Conor, Ben, Canelo, Jeremilla, all these other people that you want to name, there's a common denominator, and I've done a video on this already. Shout the Rasclot. Shout the Rasclot up in here. The World Boxing Council. Challenge me. Challenge me on it. The common denominator as to why all of these cheaters are still able to excel in the sport is three initials: WBC. Challenge me on that. Find out who cleared all of them. Find out who was able to say that I believe what they saying instead of the actual lab test that says A and B fail or positive for whatever drug, steroid that's in their body. You know, WBC is the common denominator. This is why when I'm hearing about them ushering in the TKO and whatever and just doing away with the sanctioning belts, it's like good. I don't know if the TKO shit is gonna be a good thing. I'm hearing about this whole, it could be a discrepancy with the Ali Act and all that. That's not my department. I don't know all the deep particulars, so I'm not gonna even start. But what I will tell you, one thing that I know for sure that's a major problem in the sport of boxing is these sanctioning bodies. And the main one, King O's, shout out to you for this video, is the WBC. Flat out, bro. They are the worst corrupt organization I've seen out of all of them in the sport. And it seems like they're not trying to do anything. They're not trying to impeach the WBC. They're not trying to, like, you know what I mean? The other ones, they just going along with Mauricio and his agenda, you know? Interesting things that happened this year though. You know, I don't know if it's a coincidence or whatever you want to call it, but I just try to analyze certain things that take place. But I can tell you this year, 2025, just stick it to the sport because I ain't gonna get into no other category. But just in the sport of boxing, since we talk about drug cheating and people getting away with it and all that stuff, I seen two things happen that's kind of pivotal in a way. I don't know what's gonna happen from here, but Victor Conti passed and Canelo got his third loss. You know, two key things that just stand out to me this year. Those are two of the biggest things. I'm like, wow. In the same year, Victor Conti passes, who's been, you know, been holding the torch really for bringing awareness to the cheating in boxing. We know his past and his history, but you can say over the last 15, maybe a little bit more, he had dedicated his life to helping people get prepared for fights, going about it the proper way, nutrition and vitamins or whatever, supplements, and then also shedding attention on how fighters be cheating these tests, cycling off PEDs, doing a performance enhancing drug 3 months before the fight, you know, and then being able to cycle off that by the time they're drug tested, it's already out of the system, but they've already reaped the benefits of it. He's the one that brought a lot of this attention that a lot of us boxing fans didn't know about. And we didn't realize, like, oh damn, it's that deep, you know. So who's going to be bringing that awareness now? Who is going to be in the sport that is going to be, being the whistleblower, if you will, or the one that's actually making awareness of? He used to say stuff like, "Hey, why haven't Errol Spence signed up for VADA, or what is taking so long with this, or why?" He would bring attention to a lot of different things to where just like, make you scratch scratch your head or rub your beard like, why what is taking so long? Why ain't you in the 365 random testing? Why aren't you in that? And then you look at other athletes that are in it and don't have an issue with Vada pulling up on them while they out and about shopping or on vacation or taking a shit. Because we know Vada is just like, it could be like the feds. They pull up on you. But if you ain't got nothing to hide, what is there to be worried about, right? In the sport, you know. And like I said before, you know, definitely I noticed after that damn, COVID-19 situation took place, a lot of people got jump ship off that Vada list, man. That shit went from like 15 pages to about one and a half, a page and a paragraph long of list of people that still care about drug testing and making sure that they're on even playing field with their opponent. So WBC is the common denominator on why a lot of these individuals are able to coast without.
White, Miller, Conor Ben, many more, which there's just too many to say, honestly. But it's Jaime Munguia recently, PED cheese, honestly, joke. Apparently they're getting cleared. There's too many clearances now. Like,
See? WBC, we be clearing. We be clearing, bro. So hey, yeah, man. It's so many ways you can flip the WBC, man. But it ain't gonna be a lot of positive to say. Tell you that they got pretty little belts and all of that. But it's an ugly truth when you find out how they really move, man, and how many cheaters they have cleared the way to harm other athletes, man. That's what's so fucked up about it. And I respect Kingo's passion, man. You know, um, I immediately sub. First impression is usually the most important. And the first thing I don't know about his other content, but the first impression was good enough for me. I was like, "Yep, sub." I jumped right in the comment section, speak on it. You know, because we need to encourage this right here, man. You know, brother like me, hey man, shut your hating ass up, nigga. Him be like, oh man, this guy got the accent. You know, he bringing all of this passion behind what he's saying, and I respect it, man. I respect it. And it's just too many people in the sport that are being paid to shut up, to stay silent about the fucked up shit that's happening in sport, and really the fucked up shit that's been taking place in all sports, really. You know, but this is the one that I speak on because I've been watching it. I watch it more closely than any other sport. You know, well, not like I used to, cause this sport ain't on shit. This sport ain't on shit now. That's why it be content like this lately. If you really you know are a true fan of boxing, you know that this is not no. You know what I mean? The way that this sport has changed has not been for the better. It has ultimately been for the worse. Now there has been some gems, some diamonds in the dirt, if you will, and ones to have rise that have, risen above all of this bullshit, like the Conor Ben Eubank circus type fights or the Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua type shit, you know. I wasn't even gonna even get into that, man, but that's a whole other conversation in itself. A lot of people are just selling out, man. Money just make them just change up and forget about everything that they work for, all their goals. It's like fuck it, man. Whatever, dog. It's just and I look at it like, man, you're flaming shame, man. Y'all some pathetic motherfuckers. Like money will make y'all do anything. Status and being a celebrity and still staying relevant. A lot of y'all will do anything to stay relevant. That's why, like a lot of the content, a lot of people doing, they don't even really want to do that type of content. They just trying to stay relevant. They still trying to survive off this YouTube shit or whatever. Yeah. Cool, I ain't trying to hate, But a lot of shit that y'all do, I would never fucking do. A lot of type of content that y'all do, and the goofy shit y'all be on. A lot of y'all content creators or content imitators and shit. A lot of y'all ain't creative at all. Y'all just fucking photocopy and duplicate what the fuck y'all see, and y'all find out, oh, what does the algorithm want me to do? Oh shit, this is what we supposed to do. You know, so yeah, it's a whole lot of y'all. So at the end of the day, man, very few of channels like this, King O's, man, and wherever you from, man, shout out, man, shout out. And if you ain't got no discrimination, cell in your body, you can appreciate stuff like this. They can look different. They can be from a whole nother country, talk different, all of that stuff. You'd be like, that's a real one right there. He's speaking some real stuff. You know. Now the next video might be on some bullshit. I don't know, but this one right here, this was a hit. You know, he got a like button from me and a sub. Goddamn it. But people that rock with me be feeling the same way. You know what I'm saying? Most of them about this the whole ass stuff that's been taking place in this box, in the sport of boxing. Rascal said I'm making a video on how Usyk is a bitch for ducking Wardley. Fabio Wardley. I'm gonna give you my humble opinion on that, Rascal. I'm gonna give you my humble opinion on that. I could be wrong, but I think Bud Crawford really got a lot of these people doing shit just to try to compete with what he's doing. For example, before Bud Crawford was really highly pursuing Undisputed, a lot of these dudes weren't caring about Undisputed. Then Bud became 2-time Undisputed. Then you see these dudes trying to become 2-time Undisputed. Then he became 3-time Undisputed. And now you're seeing these dudes trying to make themselves 3-time Undisputed. Now, I'm only saying that because it's like, we seen Usyk do this shit with Daniel Dubois, you know, to where it's like, oh shit, he get his belt back, and now he 2-time heavyweight, champ or whatever, 2-time quote unquote undisputed. Because that's how they're gonna consider it. They did the same thing with Canelo to make it look like he 2-time undisputed when he fought William Skull. It's just like, huh? And I started thinking like, are they doing this shit on purpose? You just dropping the belt to where when you get the shit back, fight the dude, get it back, and make it look like it's an extra notch on your resume. Like, oh, he's 2-time undisputed, because that's what they gonna run with. Whereas really, just you a 2-time champ. You when really you didn't lose your title. You didn't lose your title at all. Where I'm seeing as Bud Crawford, he is beating different people. He's conquering different divisions. His undisputed is in different weight classes. You know, and it wasn't against a repeat guy or him dropping the belt to get it back. So I be feeling like in my opinion, is Usyk is gonna fight Fabio Wardley. You know what I'm saying? Just like how he fought Daniel Dubois. You know, I got to get my shit back, and then he gonna probably go on the sunset, and people gonna say, "Oh, he's 3-time undisputed, 3-time." You know, to me, the shit's kind of weak. It's just like, okay, if that's what it is, but at the same time, maybe it's just more of like, I don't know what his reason is for vacating. There's no need to. I don't think he had I don't think it's like he can't meet the demands of the mandatory. It's not like the dude just beat Joseph Parker. So it's like, even if they order it for you to fight him, probably ain't gonna be for another, I don't know, next year, 2026. And you've been out of the ring for a minute. Hot minute. After steamrolling Daniel Dubois. So I don't really know what they're doing, but I be feeling like they be trying to do stuff to try to outshine what Bud is doing, because Bud is doing some monumental ATG, you know, damn near Mount Rushmore type shit, because he's on a lot of some people's Mount Rushmore, believe it or not. And a lot of people is trying to compete with that. And I understand, but it's not enough. Like the Kendrick Lamar song. It's not enough, bro. A lot of y'all is just trying to cut corners. You're trying to politrick it and all that. But no, it's not. It's not. It's AI. You know what I'm saying? It's not authentic. It's not original shit, you know. And Bud has been leading the way of this generation as far as legacy, you know. And that's another thing I want to just keep touching on. 'Cause I've been saying this shit for years, and I got my receipts, man. I don't care about y'all shadow banning me, YouTube. I got my fucking receipts. You know what I'm saying? Like, being telling y'all that these ones that's pursuing legacy, they make more money than these dudes that be out here talking about y'all on the wrong side of the street, or you ain't sell enough, or you this and you that. All of these dudes that's been doing all of this duck and talk, acting like, oh man, I'm just hold on to this strap, or it'll be a better fight down the line, down the line. Now you see all these whole ass motherfuckers coming out of the closet and shit now, trying to act like they want to fight Bud Crawford. You know, when a lot of these motherfuckers said no because they, you know, the media, I guess, wasn't saying that they were popular enough. When everybody that was fighting Bud Crawford was getting their biggest paydays and shit. So, people this sport is just weird, man. And that's why I'm not missing out on shit. I don't have to fucking do a whole lot of content because it ain't a whole lot. It's a whole lot of nothing going on. You know what I'm saying? And the shit that is really going on, I speak on that. The big champ shit, you know, and Flame is weak ass shit that they be on. It is quite a few comments. T Fimo did it first and encouraged the rest. Left my ass off. Did what? I gotta go back. Speaking of T Fimo, I'm sure it's crazy. A lot of people still think he about to fight Shakur Stevenson. Matter of fact, I heard they trying to make that happen. I'll be shocked. Like, look at the gruesome balls, man. It's Teofimo about to really fight somebody. But I believe when I see it. Rascal say WBC is a joke. He said Usyk a hoe. He Doug Worley. Oh, here's a better one. World Boxing Cheaters. Yeah, I like that one. Yep. If you want to cheat to compete, go to the WBC. You know, you'll get off. Frank will make. Matter of fact, I want to find out when Jaime McGee next fight is, man. See how many people. See if he gonna be in the stadium, and see how many idiots be out there screaming, yeah, yeah. As soon as he knock out whatever bum he put in the ring, he gonna come back get a little tune up. Had that little haircut he had, a little slick back, and they gonna be cheering to the top of their lungs for Jaime McGee. Weak shit, man. AJ and Mike Tyson ran to their daddy, Jake Paul, for money. Bro, Rascal, and I'll be real with you, bro. I lost all respect for Anthony Joshua. I had lost all respect for Mike Tyson doing that weak ass shit and showing his ass cheeks on live screen. Like, bro, you really bent over backwards for Jake, probably. Literally. Um, a lot of these dudes are doing suspect shit for checks, man. A lot of these dudes is jumping in people's training camps for checks. And a lot of these people are weirdos, man. Literally are fucking weirdos. To say the least. If AJ Rascal said if AJ loses, he's gonna have a nervous breakdown on a microphone again. Right when he lost to Usyk, yeah. How did he beat me? Motherfucker, he beat you. He was throwing hands. That's how he beat you. Goofy, asking dumb questions, man. I remember the way Usyk was looking at him like, "Is you high? Nigga? What's wrong with you? What you mean? How did I beat you? By outpointing you for 12 rounds, dummy." Oh, Cody wants to help Jake Paul win. Look at the devil, man. You can't even say look at God no more. Look at the devil. If Parker won, Usyk was going to fight him, but Parker lost. Now he dropped the belt. Yeah, man, that's unfortunate, man. Joseph Parker was on a hell of a tear, and I didn't watch that fight. I didn't watch the. I just saw the last little highlight. That stoppage was quick, bro. I'm not saying he wasn't hurt, but nah, bro. Some of these, man. That's what I say. This man, sports in general, dog. It be so much shit going on, dog. But yeah, man. A lot of these little refs, bro. These motherfuckers in these white and black stripes, man, they be on some bullshit sometime. But he says, but I agree they are trying to outshine Crawford. Yeah, I think it's that, bro. It just be the timing of the shit, bro. I'm like, man, y'all niggas be on some other shit, bro. This is Bud's year. It's like I don't give a fuck about none of that other shit they doing. This ain't even biased. I'm just talking about that one victory that Bud got to overcome all those weight classes and to prepare and to style on Canelo the way he did, bro. It's nothing that's top that, man. It's not gonna top it. Um, Conor beating a dehydrated Chris Eubanks is not gonna top it. Um, Nothing. I mean, it's nothing even to come close to my radar in my mind, But there's some great young talented athletes that are really true to this legacy. And those are the ones I pay attention to, man. They some of these are guys are really true to legacy. Um, Shout out to young Bam Rodriguez. I'm rooting for him. Shout out to Abdullah Mason. I'm rooting for him. Shout out to David Benavidez. I'm rooting for him. Y'all see the type of ones I support, man. Like it's just a mind state that of these athletes that I support. They not about all this sucker shit. They're not jumping in motherfuckers training camps for a check or for clout or they're not doing stupid, goofy shit. They about their business. A lot of them mean as fuck, and real serious. May not giggle and laugh with you a lot, but they about their business and they good people. Whoop your motherfucking ass, but they good people. I like that. I like that. I know people like that. Good is good people, but will whoop your motherfucking ass, homie. There's nothing wrong. I like people like that. So, shout out to Abdullah. Best of luck to you, man. Hopefully you become the youngest world champ. You know, also on the card coming up, Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. Best of luck. You know, um, I'll tell you one thing, man. If Devin Haney wins, man, um, Haney's popularity level is gonna go to another level simply because of the haters. A lot of y'all gonna keep him relevant. If he styles on Brian Norman, y'all gonna have a lot to say, and he's gonna get he's gonna reap the benefits of it, man. Because a lot of y'all have a lot of deep rooted hate in y'all's spirit and heart for Devin Haney for whatever reason, and y'all want to see this man fail. When all this man has done in the sport of boxing is shown, and as far as his age group, all Devin Haney has done and shown me is that he's just like one of the throwback fighters. He may not be as good as them, but his mentality is aligned with them. Willing to face the top competition in the weight class. Dare to be great, pursue. Get a world title, unify, and become number one. You know, and I gotta respect it. I have to respect it. You know, um, Brian Norman is extremely confident and all that stuff, but I have seen the script where a lot of these dudes go in there and say, "I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you. Yeah, just watch. I'm gonna hurt you." I remember Regis was saying that shit, and I'm not saying Brian Norman is anything like Regis. Well, actually, he is in some ways, flat-footed, big puncher, but you know, Regis was banking on that. I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you. So okay, cool. That's your mentality. But what happens if you can't hurt him? What happens if you hurt him and he recovered? I know I've seen some people, and I'm saying not saying this is Devin Haney, but I've seen some people get hurt and turn into a monster. You know, um, so have a game plan, and the game plan shouldn't just be I gotta hurt him, or I gotta go in there and knock him out because a lot of fighters that be part of their game plan to trigger you and make you pressure you to try to get the KO, like you know, to try to trigger you and shit, and if Ryan Norman Jr. don't go in there with his composure and he's too anxious and um, trying, desperately to try to land that big punch to hurt him, he gonna leave himself open. And I think Devin Haney is quick enough to counter him because I think that it's no question on who's the quicker athlete, who's the quicker fighter. We know who's the bigger puncher. That's Brian Norman, but you got to hit the target, and might have to hit the target multiple times. It ain't gonna just be one. If Devin Haney survived a guy who was juiced up, despite him being knocked down multiple times, he did get up, and the fight was still close. Like we being real, um, even when he lost to Ryan. But we see Ryan had to juice up to even get that victory. But um, regardless of what people say, Chinny, Devin's never been knocked out, man. He's never been knocked out. Every time he got hurt, he was able to still continue and make it to the final bell. So we'll have to see if Brian Norb is able to do something that nobody else has been able to do. Wrestler says same here. Black. I lost respect for Mike and AJ too. Yeah, that's some sucker shit, man. Especially AJ, like of all people. What? And he got a lot of man fans too. I think AJ is a nice guy. I think he's a good dude who will whoop your ass. But this shit right here, this shit, and be honest with you, I don't even know if this fight is really gonna happen. I just know how the media, they just throw names around. I probably see how people are gonna react and respond to it. But because a lot of these athletes are probably just throwing their names in the hat with Jake Paul just to get some clout for a minute or for a couple months or whatever, so people could talk about it. You know, that got people weren't even talking about Tank. Remember after Lamont scared him off from the rematch, nobody even gave no fucks about Tank until they said that he was about to fight Jake Paul, and all of a sudden everybody Tank and Jake Paul Tank. So people be tying their names to Jake to get their buzz back up and shit. Ain't nobody wasn't even talking about Anthony Joshua since he got his ass knocked the fuck out by Daniel Dubois. Now all of a sudden we attaching his name to Jake Paul. It's like, oh, Anthony Joshua, Anthony Joshua, Anthony Joshua this. Oh, Anthony Joshua got a clean one too. He gonna knock Jake Paul out. Jake crazy. So everybody's hyping up Anthony Joshua again. I'm not. Sit your ass down somewhere. That's how I think about AJ with this dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is weak. Weak as fuck to even be entertained. How about you get some get back with Daniel Dubois? Y'all both coming off getting y'all asses knocked out, you know? How about the rematch, fam? You worried about Jake. What about Daniel? Triple D. What about him? Whole ass shit, bro. Sucker shit, you know? He said Mike walking around in a sumo thong is embarrassing and disgusting, man. Get your black ass off TV with that shit, man. Yeah, that's what I said. It was an early stoppage. Really says, bro trying to watch that Worley versus Parker fight. It was a war. Yeah, I have to make time to watch it, but I didn't even care. To me, yeah, I guess I gotta watch it, man. To me, Worley's not even on my radar, and I just had made up in my mind. I'm like, yeah, Parker gonna whoop his ass. So when he beat him, I was like, oh shit. He said, Red Glove said, well, no one can say Bud hasn't beat nobody. Actual facts. What up, homie? Russ, he says, I think Parker deserves a rematch. Yeah, that's definitely should happen. Um, oh, and if that's the case, if it is a rematch, then there'll be a belt on the line this time. So that'd be cool for Parker. He's been waiting for a long time to get his title shot. Is if Mason wins his next match, no big star is going to fight him. Remember, I said it. Floyd Schofield Senior, Junior ain't gonna fight him. You know that is one of the most whatever, man. See what I'm saying? They be hyping the little champ shit. Uh, Parker the nose candy. I forgot about that shit. Oh yeah, Parker got to get off the nose candy first if you want to get the rematch. I forgot about that shit. Shout out to Bruce Gas for bringing that back up, man. Damn, I forgot. Yeah, man, that's crazy work, man. I didn't even see Joseph Parker as somebody like that. Maybe yeah, if that was the test done before the fight, then yeah, man, I don't know what you was doing, bro. Well, now we know you was getting high, but yeah, I would assume he would do something like that after the loss. Like if you depressed, like, yeah, man, I gotta get high, bro. Fuck this shit. They gonna flame the shit out of me on social media, which was true. Niggas was flaming you, but which actually I don't know. I don't know if anybody was flaming them, but still, some people do go in deep depression. They be needing something to help them. Forgot about the yayo. Yeah, man, I forgot about that shit too. Rascal say Bruce True. Wait, let me get out of this so I can put the comments on the screen. Then I'm gonna get out of here. Read a few more comments. I gotta go. Uh, Mason next opponent is no joke. If Mason wins, guaranteed Mason will be ducked. This nigga rascal, dog. Red says I don't have a problem with Haney, but I think Norman gonna win. Yeah, we'll see, bro. We'll definitely see. That'll be the biggest. Hey, that'll be a big win for Brian Norman. He gonna be talking hella shit. Him and his dad really gonna be talking shit if he win. Let me see. Bruce was good. You don't think he was set up? Barker been ruining Turkey's and Frank's plans a lot, and we know Fury loves that nose candy and hangs around Parker. Damn, man, fucking up the cards for Turkey. Yeah, it was a close fight. Hold up, y'all. Yuliak said Devin Road Runner, Road Runner. He said Devin via Road Runner. Shout out to y'all. Hit the like button. Big Fact Broski. Let's see. Haney will hit and clinch and run out the clock on his feet. That's the game plan. Norman has to fight smart. Hell yeah, it's wild out here, actually. Bruce agreed. Worley is a hype job bum. Can Haney hold Norman Jr.? Hey, I ain't watched a whole lot of fights of Norman, but I think I watched the other. It was 3 days ago. I watched. What was the guy last name? Centilin or man? Norman was getting his ass whooped in that fight, bro. I didn't even all the way get to the end because I had to leave, but I was watching the fight just to see what was maybe other people might see on us from Norman and how he's gonna be successful versus Haney. I was like, oh no, you better not fight like this versus Devin Haney. Um, dude be in wars, man. I noticed that about Brian Norman. He's been in some wars with guys that, if you was really elite, I felt like you should have got rid of, or not gotten hit and taken a lot of the punishment that he was taking. So Brian Norman defense better be on point, man. I know that he's, banking on having his a very successful offensive game plan, but defensively, please be on point, man. Cause, you know, I just feel like it'll be a mistake if the Normans are assuming that Devin can't hurt them. Because I'm not saying Devin Haney's a big puncher, but Regis was probably thinking the same shit. Him and his trainer, like, man, whatever. We're gonna walk this motherfucker down. He can't hurt us. That little weak ass jab and that little weak ass right hand. All that shit ain't gonna work. And what if that shit be having some snap on it, man? Because speed is power, man. Floyd used to, the stunning cats, man, with certain shots, man. He wasn't the biggest dude. We know that. He didn't have the, big KO power, but the speed on them shits, their heads was on our status, man. Niggas was looking behind their head and shit, looking behind them and shit. Like, damn, nigga. I just saw Beyonce in the back row for a second. This nigga hit this, just snapped the shit out of my neck, Nick. So you just gotta be careful, Brian Norman. Them shits be coming quick sometimes, man. If you ain't on point, man, one of them straight rights or something might get you right. World is getting hit a lot. I mean, Spence was bigger than Crawford, but was not stronger. What Crawford told him? It's fat, nigga. It's fat. He tried to tell him. First left hook, Debo gets tagged with. He's gonna go into PTSD mode and run. Forrest run. Run for Parker in business with the big boys. He's on the radar. Road runner versus Wile E. Coyote. That's a good one, dog. That's a good little analogy right there. Yeah, man. One dude is chasing, one dude running. That's funny. Bruce, of course, Haney is definitely running even without getting hit. Cross country promotions. Huh? The flaw Norman has is he's slow on his feet and hands, and he has no, I mean, no defense. He put emphasis on that, and he has no, I mean, no. Black got the best jazz sound effect ever. Only Zab could match Floyd in speed. Yeah, man. That's why that fight was hella dangerous for Floyd. I was like, oh shit, this shit is coming back quick. You know what I mean? And the first one to really drop, officially dropped Floyd and gave Floyd a pass. But Floyd damn near did the cabinet. He damn near took the knee. He would have took the knee if it wasn't for him dropping his glove. Yeah, I'm about to get out of here. I just don't like hearing Norman Sr. talking ish all the time for his team ducking boots, man. Yeah, Norman got to definitely, even if you lose the fight, you got to put up a good performance, man. Especially the way the security guard grabbed you up, had your tank top over the top of your head, bro. You got to definitely redeem yourself for that shit, bro. You know what I mean? Even if you lose, you got to swing on the security or something. Well, I'll give it to him though. He been doing his part to promote. I'll give it to Brian. He been doing his part to promote. He's been funny. He been roasted, and that's rightfully so. He been flaming the shit out of reporters for these dumbass questions, man. Asking niggas about wardrobes. Get out of here, man. You know, I like that. I like that Brian Norman, like, you know what I mean? He bodied that shit. Like, bro, are you serious, bro? I'm about to throw these hands. Fuck about this nigga. Yeah, yeah, pull that shit up. Pull that shit up real quick. Yeah, fuck that weak ass shit. Nigga, I'm about to throw these hands. So yeah, man. Doodle butter. Damn. He said security was Zora size though. No, he wasn't. That nigga was like, uh, who physique did that motherfucker have? I would say KD, but he wasn't that tall. The nigga had the skinny strength, the wiry skinny strength. Them niggas be strong, dog. Niggas be sleeping on niggas with that kind of build, bro. Telling you, dog. Them niggas will sleep you, bro. You don't ever sleep on this wiry, skinny nigga, man. Them niggas, nigga, get your shit. Sleep, nigga. But yeah, man, he got to redeem himself in that tank top situation, dog. Cause that's just internet, bro. That ain't going away. I seen that shit the other day. Like, algorithms just be putting shit on my timeline. I was just like, what the fuck? I forgot about this shit. And it was even funnier the second time. I was like, God damn, that shit's funny, bro. You know, everything that happened after the tank top went over his shirt, I just pretty much, I don't even count. I don't count it. That was it. That was the KO shot. The tank top over the head. That was it. Anyway, man. Y'all be positive, man. And don't let the weak champ shit taking place in boxing get y'all down, man. We got to find a little bit of, you know what I mean? Find a little bit to keep us, still involved and excited about the sport, man. But yeah, man. With that much being said, man, shout out to the channel that I gave promo to today. His channel is King O's. Check out his content. Like I said before, he's from like the UK or something like that, and he's a very passionate boxing fan. um, slash YouTube content creator, and you know, I appreciate his topics, man. Him bringing awareness to it, and I seen some other titles in his video list where he's going in on different shit. He was even flaming AJ, man. All of these dudes that and I guarantee you a lot of these dudes, ain't gonna try to ask for drug testing if they fight Jake. So Jake could be on all kind of shit, bro. We don't even know, you know. MVP could be most vicious performance enhancing drugs or some shit. We don't know, man. But yeah, I would get that vital work quick. Well, word, I know a few skinny dudes that's strong as fuck on one of them. One of them two, dog. Well, hey man, don't ever sleep on a skinny nigga, man. Uh, security guard did it with one hand too. That was the whole impressive shit about it. And the nigga was trying to take his arm, trying to move his arm. He could barely move his arm. I was like, oh shit. Yeah, that's an L. Y'all got to get it back. Get it back in blood in the ring. They got him looking like Beavis. Beavis and Butthead. Hey, man. I'm crazy, dog. Yeah, man. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. We're going to catch the fights. Hopefully, it's a bunch of excitement. And, you know, we'll be here to talk about it in the aftermath, man. I'm out, man. Black Horseman.